Happy Homebrew Wednesday from the road, everybody. I'm in lovely New Jersey, just outside of New York City, and I had to put a little video up here. Last week was the fishing trip. Went up with the Elder P and my brother and a bunch of other guys to lovely mid-state Wisconsin for some trout fishing. My brother and my dad and I all caught our limit, so cheers to that. Brought back some beautiful fresh trout, and it was pretty extraordinary. So we got to try some awesome beers. You saw some footage from the beer we tried from Tyler, Everty Homebrewing, and Laramo's Fireball Mead. We got to try one more beer before we left. We filmed it, but I don't have the footage with me, so I can't put it in this week's video. So I'll try to put that into next week's. So I took some footage from out on the streams, and I'm going to throw that in here, so enjoy.
Yeah, we're in the in an urban fishing spot here, but nice water. Some bigger fish in here, I guess. We'll see.
This one. Hey. Video.
Hi, we're at the artesian well at the Pine River, just outside of Wild Rose, Wisconsin. This artesian well runs like this 24/7 year-round. We did an analysis of how fast and how much water comes out. We got 2 5-quarnies here. We're going to fill up with fresh spring water to take back for brew, and we'll see how long it takes to fill. But
Where's your timer?
my timer's in my pocket, I suppose. Forget it. But you don't even need a timer. Just watch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
We're full on that one.
Almost.
Almost. I'm going to have to tap it out.
Ah, 13.
There we go.
About 13 seconds. So do the math, folks.
And this is clean water. Going to make some good brew.
We hope.
We killed the kegs, by the way.
Obviously. Now this is an idea that we actually had before we left for the trip.
So I came back and things were busy with work and life and home stuff and the kids. So I didn't do a whole lot of homebrewing related stuff this week, but do have a lot to take care of. SJ pour beers, bottling, and then packaging, distributing, meeting up with some folks to get their beers. So that's all coming together. Get some things in the plans for that. I've got a bunch of the Dropkick Nate version 4. I sent a couple bottles out. Sent one to Puka NC. Thank you for the kind words, Brad. Also sent one to Larry and Larry 22, and he wasn't home, so his neighbor, he was able to reach somebody to come over, or I don't know if it was a neighbor or a friend, but they came by and got the beer off the front porch and into a safe place. So cool. Hope that all made it through okay. I'm hoping it did, and I'm sure it's fine. And you can enjoy that when you get back home. So cool beans. The Dropkick Nate we bottled up. Oh geez, I think it was 48 bottles or something. That we're gonna take a case and a half to a Memorial Day party that's happening this weekend and introduce a bunch of people to Homebrew who probably have never had it, or if they have, it'll be new. Then let's see what else. So I had to come out on a trip here for work, and I messaged the Brewed Palate, and things lined up, and I went over and visited with him this evening and had dinner with he and his wife, and had a nice visit, and got to try one of his home brews. So here's a little clip of that.
Where am I headed?
Hey everybody, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Back on the road again, and
We're in New York City. I was on the bus ride home and I got a Facebook message from Nate from Under the Table Brewing. And
Barry, Brewed Palate.
so, I said, come over. I'm going to LA tomorrow, but stop by and we'll have a beer together. So we split a bottle of my triple since it is 9% and he has to drive back to Jersey. So
You gotta take it easy. So cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for sharing. It smells very nice.
is that a nice Belgian sweetness?
It definitely
Right,
has
a
that.
little
It
bit of
reminds me a
spice.
lot of the beers that I had when I was in Belgium. The Flurflute. I can't even pronounce it, but cheers, man. Oh, is that nice?
Nice amount of carb in that bottle.
That's a very nice Very nice take on the style. Now, what was the yeast? Was it the Westmalle yeast?
It was the trap was 3787.
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely get that. That character is very, very, very true.
And with this beer, it's all with with all Belgians. It's I did pour the yeast in, so that's why it's a little cloudy. But with all Belgians, it's about like ramping up the temp. So like you start at like 67, 68, and like you slow. At the highest I got it was 73. The yeast can go to 78, but I didn't want to push it.
Yeah, some people like to
Like
let
to
it
make
naturally rise, or they just
So when you bring it into the 70s, you kind of want to let it naturally rise like over a day, because you don't want to shock the yeast.
You don't want to shock the yeast and put them out of commission and keep them going, so they gradually.
This actually didn't finish out as low as other triples. That's why it has like that sweetness, but
There is a lot
like
of
with the bottle conditioning, it kind of like helps it like dance on your palate just enough.
So when you bottle condition, you just add priming sugar?
Yeah.
Or did you add more yeast or anything?
No, I didn't add any more yeast.
Okay.
It shows, I think, why it took an extra week or so to carb. I mean, bigger beers take longer. This is about 9.5%. So
You do get a little bit of alcohol in it,
yeah,
but it's not.
It's been in the
it's
bottle
not
for it's
fusel.
only 2 months old. So
It's very palatable for sure. This reminds me of some of the triples that I had when I was there.
it's very. I went like very classic, like Pilsner malt, 2 pounds of white wheat, a little bit of Munich for just to give it this color, and then the 2 pounds of clear candy sugar at the end of the boil, and
the
like
candy sugar
and
kick.
Saz and Hallertau hops. It's like very just. I didn't want to do any frills. When it comes to classic styles like this, I don't want to mess. With a saison, maybe I will a little bit with maybe some wild yeast or whatever, but
You can pretty much throw anything at a saison.
But with classic styles, like one of my favorite styles, like a Belgian triple, I wouldn't mess with it ever.
Yeah. So we're going to enjoy the rest of this delicious beverage.
I'll give them a little tour of my homebrew equipment.
And the rest of the evening before I've got to head back. And so I can let them pack and get off to L.A.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thank
Barry.
you, Nate, for it. It was awesome to finally. I was like wondering every time I saw you meet a brew tuber online, I'm like, I got to meet him someday. And I got my opportunity.
Yeah, we made it happen.
All right.
And I think he's number 7 or 8 for me. I didn't put my list together, but I'll do that.
All right. And I look forward to hopefully meeting some of you guys someday.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
So, lots of stuff going on. Planning a couple meetups here for the SJ Pour Exchange. And, yeah, it's coming together. So, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great week. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to everybody that tunes in and has the kind words and comments and the thumbs up. So, you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Trogs.